Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. I've got a few awesome rides coming up this weekend. It's Memorial Day down here, and we're going to spend it on the bikes. First ride is coming up in about an hour, but before I go do that, there's a few things happening with the full suspension that I have to get addressed. First thing is going to be the saddle is creaking like crazy, and that has to stop. Second thing is the front brake is rubbing, and that has to stop. And then the last thing is the shifting could be a little bit better, so we're going to get the shifting dialed in the rest of the way. Now, unfortunately, I'm working in a very cramped space these days, so the bike stand can't stay set up all the time. But once I get it set up, it's time to get the bike off the shelf, clamp it in the work stand, and we can start by removing the spare tube. Once I've got the spare tube out of the way, I've got plenty of room to get the Allen heads in there so I can loosen up the saddle. Start by moving it all the way forward so I can get some grease on the rails here. Then I'm going to jam it all the way to the back and do the same thing. Now that I've got plenty of grease on the saddle, it's time to tighten up the bolts and move on to the front brake. So the issue that I've been having with the front brake is that one of the pads are contacting the rotor all the time, so we're going to start by breaking those free so we can have some adjustment. Here I'm using a flashlight to highlight the gap between the pads and the rotor to make sure that I have an even gap on both sides. Just make sure that everything stays aligned as you tighten those bolts, and that'll be the front brake done. When I built up this frame, I kind of just threw all the parts over from my old bike, and the derailleur has never been shifting perfectly. So I'm going to use some of these precision Allen head screwdrivers to kind of back off the B limit a little bit and bring it more in line. And that's everything I'm going to do for the transition today. Time for me to go hit some trails and load up the CRV, but before I do that, I'm going to have to change some clothes. That's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up the CRV and get down to the trails. About an hour after I was supposed to be at the trailhead, I ended up showing up and my friends were still there. Great friends to have around. And it was about time to start riding the bike, and you'll see just how quiet all of these little maintenance bits made the bike. Oh, my bike is so quiet. So the thing about riding around Central Florida is that you've got to pedal through long, twisty, single track that doesn't really have much flow just to get to any good features. But when you do get to some good features, they're properly fun.
Going fast,
It's why are you in the tree? Oh. Is it a drop? Oh yeah. I'll hit it. Damn.
Here goes nothing.
Might want to put your seat down. Ah, it's small. Oh, there's a lot here. Look at all these chutes.
You never came this far, I guess. I wonder if I can
Dude, this is so cool.
Let's see if I can make it up there.
Nice. No. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Eagle gear doesn't work as much as momentum does. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, is that a drop down?
It is. Oh, it's a big one.
Nice.
That's a sender. That is a big bridge. Yeah! Where? Where? Oh! That's super cool. Oh. Bike pick?
Bike pick?
Pew! So here Jordan wanted to try and hop up onto these benches, and after he had had his fun on them, I decided to try and give it a go, but my first go wasn't very impressive. Yeah, but I made it up it though. Yeah!
Can you do a wheelie and shift here?
Yeah.
Okay, you're a little better at wheelies. I'm a little better at swimming.
So this is where the GoPro ended up dying for the day, and I'm actually kind of okay with that because the shadows were starting to get kind of long. So we ended up just taking this fire road all the way back to the parking lot, but the sun that was setting behind us was just too good of an opportunity to pass up. Thank you guys for coming along with me today. I was super excited about this whole thing, and I've got a few more rides coming up in the future. Memorial Day, we've got a ride to breakfast in the morning that I'm super excited for. Hoping that it doesn't rain, forecast doesn't look too great, but keep an eye out for that video. It should be coming up pretty soon. I'll see you guys in the next video, and keep in mind that the best way to ride a bike is with your buddies.